And welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to continue meeting our new friends, Scott and Ariane, and they're in this really great Argosy trailer made by Airstream. And so go back and watch their video, first one, where we met them and got to know them, and now we're going to go inside and take a look around. So welcome back to the channel, Scott, Ariane.
Thank you.
And it would be okay if we took a look around your Argosy?
Come on in.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So here we are inside your Argosy. Why don't you tell us the story of the Argosy?
Well, the Argosy was Airstream's reinvention in the 1970s. They were having some financial trouble, so they made a very lightweight camper trailer. It was all experimental. It's all made out of recycled aluminum, which is why the Airstream Argosys are painted. And so in the 70s, no two of them are kind of alike. That's where the panoramic windows for the new Airstreams came from, was from the Argosy. So it's a very lightweight camper trailer just made out of recycled aluminum.
Yeah. And so it's very light, easy to tow.
Yeah. Very easy to tow. So everything about the Argosy was kind of weird because no two were the same. It's renovating the Argosy was always kind of guesswork. We weren't really sure. This thing is put together like a banana. You have to kind of unpeel it first to figure out how they built it.
And they're pretty hard to come by, aren't they?
Yeah, the Argosys are getting harder and harder to come by. The original ones, a lot of people are looking to renovate them because they are such lightweight camper trailers.
When we first purchased this, we snatched up as quickly as possible. The whole thing was in decent condition to buy, but it definitely needed to be gutted. And so we opted to gut the entire thing to make sure that, one, the frame was sufficient enough to be able to pull and create our home on wheels. And then in doing so, we learned in the renovation process that, it needed a lot more work than we had thought. The electrical wasn't set up. There were no appliances in here. It was not set up to be livable. And so we kind of created that pathway for ourselves.
So yeah, the one thing about vintage trailers is that you probably have dry rot. Your floor's probably going to be rotted in some cases. And so, if you don't check that out, if your frame is not good, if it's been in an accident before, things like that, it's, don't put a lot of money into it. You're wasting your time.
All right, well, why don't we take the tour around?
Sure.
Right.
We're up here. So you made a really nice couch area.
So this is actually our old couch that was gifted to us because we didn't have any furniture. And so we just repurposed this and reupholstered it. We have this to protect because we have two dogs. And it is extremely thick and comfortable. It serves as a second bed as well, which we have a lot of people come, a lot of guests and come and sleep in here. And so it's been used a lot. Of course, we have our little TV station and our dog station right over here. All has served a really good purpose for us. This table does fold out. It was the original design. There's storage underneath here, and our water tank is also underneath here as well. We kind of have a dual-side kitchen over here. We have our prep station, our fridge, and our pantry. So this is kind of where all of our food is, and our prep station over here. And then on the flip end, this is just our basic kitchen. No microwave, no oven, but it serves a purpose for us. This is actually the largest our kitchen has ever been. The last 4 years we've lived in really alternative small spaces, and so this is kind of luxurious for us. We have our sink, which is a little on the smaller side, I think, for Airstreams. I would say renovations on Airstreams, but it's working for us okay. And then also we have kind of our pride and joy here is that we have found these old vintage blueberry drawers from Maine, and they serve as our drawers for our utensils. We have our cups, and then of course we have our plates and bowls and some odds and ends in the bottom here. So that's been a really fun addition, and it's kind of an eye catcher right when you walk in.
Yeah, no,
So
everything is
awesome.
beautiful. You completely gutted this and restored it. Where did a lot of the materials come from?
Our exact design was really intended to mix as many repurposed materials as possible. The wood is all repurposed from the farm in which we renovated this entire thing on. So everything besides these two countertops, every piece of wood you see in here is a repurposed piece of wood. And then all the metal, as above us, we have the old barred tin. And so this is also repurposed from the farm, as well as our entire bathroom.
That's great.
So we decided that we wanted a very eco-friendly, very boondocking-friendly rig. So we went with a cubic mini wood stove. This is a wood-burning stove. It's got a 3-inch double-wall flue pipe. It's got a great capacity in here. We can get this thing pretty hot. In fact, on a 32-degree night, we can get the Airstream very comfortable at about 75 degrees inside here. The nice thing about this is that we've got this heat fan here that distributes the heat at no electricity. It just turns off of the heat that's generated from the wood burning stove. Not only do we have this as a heat source, but in the morning time, we can even percolate coffee or boil hot water on top of the wood burning stove. So it's got multi uses, and so we rarely use propane. We only use propane to cook. So it gives off a really nice dry heat. Yeah, you're going to get up a couple times a night to stoke the fire. We don't like going to bed. We don't like getting up cold. Going to bed we don't care about, but waking up we don't like to be cold. So I get up about 2 o'clock in the morning. I get a fire going. We use bio blocks, that compressed wood that burns really clean in here. We get a burn time from a bio block for about 4.5 hours. That distributes the heat really super nice. So by the time we get up in the morning time, you know, it's above-ish, around 60 degrees, give or take. And this thing has been going on all night. And, you know, we really love it. We haven't had any problems with it. It's done exactly what it was supposed to do. I think we have filled our propane tank halfway in 5 months.
And your fridge is right here below it.
Yeah, so the refrigerator runs all on solar. Everything completely runs on solar. Runs pretty much all day. In the wintertime, we do have to run the generator sometimes just to kind of keep it cold when the sun goes down. But in the summertime, it runs all day on our batteries and solar. We bought this at Home Depot, I think, for about $175, and it's low amperage and it's low voltage, so it runs very easily on solar.
And how much solar do you have?
We've got 500 watts of solar on top. We have 450 amp hours, so we have 4 Trojan T105 batteries ran in series and parallel, and then we've got a 3,000 watt inverter.
So let's take a look at the bathroom then.
Okay.
One of our pride and joy. This is the lightest weight barn door that you will ever probably feel. It's made out of again, repurposed galvanized tin from the farm. And then as you step inside here, it's a pretty large restroom. Everything in here is repurposed. Especially, this is a very old piece of wood from a barn that was sitting on the farm. So everything is repurposed in here. And then we also have our toilet. It's a composting toilet. It has worked really, really well for us. We love it. And then inside of our shower is repurposed tin from our farm. And we love it. It's huge.
It's huge, yeah. So many RV showers are so tiny, you just feel crowded.
Right, and then there is also room behind the shower pane, and there's even more room. And then, of course, you have the bedroom back here, which is we wanted to make sure we had a queen-size bed. We keep it as lightweight as possible. And there is storage underneath. There's 4 of us with our 2 dogs. So we need a lot of room to be able to sprawl out. And of course the panoramic windows.
Yeah, that really is amazing.
It brings a lot of light in the morning to wake you up. in a very natural way, and it's been very luxurious, and it feels a lot like home in here. So
Yeah.
we love it. We
Yeah.
love it.
With all the windows, do you have a little bit of a trouble with heat and cold?
Yes, we have experienced a lot of trouble, a lot more than we had thought. We felt like we had kind of gotten ourselves into a really good situation before leaving, but then having gotten on the road and experienced all the different variables between night and day and cold temps, and we've had an ice storm that we've been in and high dust. All of these things have created a lot. So we've learned from it, and we've made adjustments along the way. We've redone all of the rubber around the windows, and we've even created some styrofoam to keep all the draft out. So it's been a work in progress. I would say that's probably one of our biggest lessons that we've had to learn the hard way. But we have a very thick curtain base, which helps with that.
Right. Heat coming in and then cold
Yeah.
getting out.
And so that's kind of been a saving grace for us as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, you adapt.
Yeah, you do. And I think there's kind of some kind of suck value that you're willing to accept because you're living a life that you're really happy in. And so a little bit of draft here and there isn't gonna phase you.
Right.
So
Very
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
The one thing about our hot water system, because I know people will ask about it, we do not have a hot water tank. We have an on-demand hot water system. So we went with the Excel on-demand product. It's very, very easy. We don't store any kind of hot water. It's hot water on demand when we need it. That way we're not wasting water, and water's just not sitting in the tank doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs on a very, very efficient propane system. We're able to get hot water and take a shower on our 12-volt pump. That works on 2 PSI. It fires up and it runs on 2 D batteries. So we run no electric, and we're able to get hot water on very little water pressure from our water pump, which makes hot showers nice. We really try to make this boondocking friendly. We knew what our lifestyle was going to be. We don't need much. We're pretty minimalist, but we like taking things and having them with a dual purpose. If it's in here, what's it going to do, and what can it do also?
Well, Scott and Ariane, thank you so much for sharing your Argosy with us. What a beautiful, beautiful home, and all the work you've put in it.
Yeah. Thank
Fantastic.
you. Yeah.
So
it's home. We love it.
So all of our Argosy renovation projects, all of them including, we have a kind of a little small documentary that's on our YouTube channel, This Nomadic Idea. So if you are thinking about renovating an Airstream Argosy, you can see all the blood, sweat, and tears on that video on our channel, because it really was a labor of love for sure.
So go check that out.
Yeah.
This Nomadic Idea on YouTube.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate your sharing your home with us and your life. It was really excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, folks, if you got anything out of this, and I know you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, go check out their channel on This Nomadic Idea, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Bye.